Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Friday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the uptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, stock index futures and crude oil are slightly above fair value, while gold and Bitcoin are trading lower in the pre-market. Now, on Friday mornings, I like to run off some weekly charts just to make sure we don't have to move any long-term money on Monday. And coming into the weekend, we've got the TSX making a new all-time high, up just 0.21% on the week, so less than a quarter of a percent. We've got energy stocks up 1.78%, no change in trend there. New high for Canadian financials, but up just 0.14%, while gold stocks are up 3.98%, just under 4% on the week. Looking at the U.S. market, the S&P 500 making a new all-time high, up over just over 1%. We've got the NASDAQ 100 making a new all-time high, but up only 0.67% coming into Friday. Then the Russell 2000, certainly nowhere near an all-time high, up 0.54%. Then we've got semiconductors pulling back, down 1.54% coming into Friday. And as you can see, we're getting pretty close to the highs from back in 2024. Then looking at crude oil, we're down just ever so slightly on the week, an inside week for crude oil. And then looking at the price of gold, we're up $15.20 coming into Friday. Last time I checked, I think we were down $30 in the pre-market this morning. Now, moving back to the daily charts, we've got the VIX making a new low yesterday while the stock markets were making a new high. The stock market is making a new all-time high. The VIX is certainly nowhere near an all-time low. So on Friday, we're looking for a close above 1719 to give us a new daily buy signal for the VIX, and that would certainly be negative for stocks. Looking at the cryptos, both Bitcoin and Ethereum didn't move much yesterday. Bitcoin had an inside day. Ethereum almost had an inside day. No change in trend there. Looking at currencies, US dollar index was up slightly yesterday, so we saw a small pullback in the euro and the Canadian dollar. Then looking at bonds in the US, the 30-year bond pulled back slightly yesterday, and we had no gain for the yield on the 30-year bond on Thursday. Then the TLT pulled back slightly, still on a buy signal here, while the XBB was up slightly, still on a sell signal, so no change in trend there. Looking at the major index ETFs, there's the iShares for the TSX 60 making a new high. There's the SPY and the NASDAQ 100 both making new highs. And then there's the Russell 2000 still on a buy signal, nowhere near a new high for the Russell 2000. Then looking at semiconductors, they've been on the edge of a new sell signal for the last couple of days. That could certainly happen on Friday. Next up, let's take a look at the most actives from Wall Street from Thursday's trading action. Starting off with one of those meme stocks, we've got Opendoor still on a buy signal here, still closing above the upper channel line. Things would change on Friday with a close below $1.66. Tesla unfortunately rolled over yesterday. It's back on a sell signal as of Thursday's close. Nvidia still on a buy signal, no change there. New high for Warner Brothers on Thursday. Then we've got American Airlines rolling over. It wasn't too long ago that all the airlines popped, and we were trying to break out above 1250. As you can see, we couldn't really break away from 1250, and so here we are coming back down. Then looking at Intel, we're back on a sell signal as of Thursday's close. Lucid still on a buy signal, no change there. We're still trying to break away from 313. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to do it so far. We'll have to see if 273 holds. Then looking at Denison Mines, new high for that stock. New low for Chipotle coming out of Thursday's trading action, down over 13% on the day. Then looking at Alphabet, new high there. Now we were trying to get to 200, got as high as $197.95 before pulling back. So 200 seems to be an area where there's lots of sellers up at that level. Then Big Bear, no change in trend there. And then unfortunately, Dow flip-flopped. It is back on a sell signal as of Thursday's close. Then QuantumScape, no change in trend there. No change in trend for Ford, still on a sell signal. And then we've got NIO still on a buy signal, no change there. And last up, we've got Riot, still on a buy signal. No change in trend for Riot going into Friday's trading action. We're up at the 1406 level. We've closed above it. Now we're trying to get to 1563. Let's finish off this morning's presentation, taking a look at the TSX most actives from Thursday's trading action. Starting off with Whitecap, we were up nearly 6% yesterday, heading towards 1094, got as high as 1088 yesterday. Then pretty sloppy trading for Cenovus, so we got a buy signal on Wednesday, small pullback on Thursday. A close below 1924 would give us a new sell signal on Friday. We've got Manulife still on a buy signal here, no change. We're not going anywhere at the moment. Then Enbridge, similar situation. We're just treading water right now, but still on a buy signal. Baytech moved up again, trying to break out above the June highs. Then we've got Canadian Natural Resources. We needed to close above 43.13. We closed at 43.14. I would sit on my hands and wait for another close above the upper channel line before taking that trade. Bank of Montreal still on a buy signal. Things would change on Friday with a close below $155.11. We've got the Royal Bank back on a sell signal as of Thursday's close. Then we've got TC Energy back on a sell signal as of Thursday's close. Then looking at the Royal Bank back on a sell signal as of Thursday's close. We've got TC Energy back on a sell signal as of Thursday's close. And then on the other hand, we've got Bank of Nova Scotia making a new high on Thursday. New high for Denison Mines on Thursday. Then we've got Suncor still on a buy signal here. No change in trend. Then we've got TD Bank made a new high on Wednesday. Small pullback on Thursday, still on a buy signal. Then looking at Ivanhoe pulled back yesterday after moving up towards the 1250 level on Wednesday. Then we've got Teck making a new low for this move. It was down 8.67% on Thursday, so a big down day for Teck. Okay, folks, that is all for this morning's presentation. So far, it looks like we're going to have a fairly quiet open on Friday morning. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Stay cool. And if you remember, next time you'll hear my voices on Sunday. At that time, we'll take a look at the weekly charts. And then we'll be back again on Monday to look at Friday's trading action.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theuptrend.com.